This podcast contains adult language and mature themes, which may not be suitable for all listeners. So listen at your own fucking risk. Welcome to Essential NPCs, the podcast where we sample some of the best
and possibly some of the worst
tabletop RPGs. I'm Addie.
And I'm Tommy.
And you're listening to Series 1, Episode 4, Krethlin Eats Pickles.
I love that title.
It's the title that started it all.
It's the first title that we made. Mm-hmm. But we're not talking about Krethlin Eats Pickles. We're going to have words with the DM about...
Do you remember?
Holding on.
Yes, there you go.
Holding on. So yeah, let's have a little chat about holding on.
Yeah, Episode 3.
That was an intense episode.
It was.
So it starts with us grabbing the stone, running out, we running a few more traps, and my dice continue to betray me. Oberon just can't catch a break.
Nope.
It was a rough temple.
Words with the DM has turned really, really into where Oberon complains about how his dice have rolled.
Here's the part where Tommy talks about how much he sucked. But no, it was good. I liked the trap rooms that showed up. The water one was pretty cool. That was a nice, intense moment where we're like, oh my God, just break the door down.
All I could think of when that was happening was The Shining.
Here's Krethlin.
Right?
But then we get out and we get back and everyone rests. Oberon cooks a mean breakfast.
Oberon likes to cook breakfast.
Oberon does like to cook breakfast. And then shit goes down.
Something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We get a little bit of intel from Bryn about what's going on, what's the happenings with these stones. And then someone fucking stabs him and runs away.
This is true.
That she was intense.
Yep.
So that was how planned of a moment was that? Like that chase scene? Because I mean, we all rolled pretty high for that perception test, and Krethlin was the only one that even glimpsed the assassin.
Yeah, he was. Well, you all have the capacity to be very perceptive. So whenever I want you guys to not see something or only have a chance of seeing something, the threshold, the DC, has got to be pretty high. And it just happened to be that Krethlin rolled just enough to just see something.
Yeah.
Not enough for like a warning or to get a good look or anything. It was sort of like a shadow of a movement that looked threatening.
It made for a really intense moment, and then we split up the party, and
yeah, you guys did split the party.
Yeah.
One of the more successful party splits I've ever had in my DMing career,
yeah.
I have to say. Well, usually it's like not easy to like go back and forth between the party members, the splits basically, but this wasn't so bad.
Well, I also liked how you didn't make us roll initiative or anything. You just kind of kept it in cinematic mode.
Yeah. In my opinion, one of the worst things that a DM can do is split the party during initiative. Because then you've got things, there's no guarantee that people will be acting in turn order.
Right.
Especially because you have people rolling attack rolls or casting magic spells on one side, and then the other side you've got people rolling ability checks. Mm-hmm. And they've got a different feel. You know, there's no such thing as a critical ability check.
Right. Yeah. No, I have to ask you. Okay. Are you willing to divulge your secrets about what exactly was happening to Bryn there? Typically, rules is written, as far as I understand it, Bankard can just spend 5 of his lay on hands and just boom, poison gone. And instead, every time he wanted to heal, you had him rolling these religion checks instead. And I guess I'm wondering, is that actually a potion or a poison that exists within the books, or was this a homebrew type thing to kind of make what would have been a really boring moment where it's just Bankard just goes boop into a really epic battle for Bryn's life?
Well, I feel like I'm pulling back a little bit of the
I want to see behind the curtain. Yeah, no, I want. That's what I'm attempting to do.
Behind
here.
the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Bryn was to function as the plot hook, which he still does. But it was my intention. It was always my intention from the moment that I dreamed him up that he would die in this episode during like this exchange.
Well, too bad you didn't count on us.
And that I've covered that before, where like your characters will surprise you, and you have to roll with it.
Kudos to you for not just insta killing him, even though, despite our efforts.
Oh man, I wanted to because that's what I had planned. Honestly, I thought he was going to die in the car ride. But anyway, so in keeping him alive, it was basically a tennis match.
Oh.
So it was basically the poison versus Bankard.
Right.
So every time that Bankard's turn came up, I was rolling for Bryn's Constitution, and Bankard was rolling for his basically divine intervention. Like he spent all his lay on hands the first time getting rid of this like super deadly poison.
Right.
And then it was basically his prayers to Cuthbert to like give him more lay on hands juice.
Okay.
And so it was, basically an actual tennis match. So it was the first to 4 or who could, get 2 points ahead of the other person.
Okay.
Where every time that Covert rolled poorly, I happened to roll well.
Oh.
And vice versa.
And like we could kind of sense it too, because Bankard would roll like really well, and we'd be like, all right, cool, and then he'd roll like a 5 or something. Which also you did a really good job on the descriptor there when he rolled really low, and you were like, you described like the blood on his hands, and then his like faith wavered for a moment, and he was like, maybe I can't do this. And I thought that was a really cool like moment throughout the like scene.
My favorite moment in that scene was the whack-a-mole comment.
Yeah. I'm basically what was also is right before Covert said that, I was thinking like, this is kind of like whack-a-mole, and I was like, but that'd be kind of weird to say. And then Covert goes, so I'm basically playing whack-a-mole with a bunch of open wounds. But okay, so that was your favorite moment during that chase. But what was your favorite moment throughout the entire episode as the DM?
Yeah, I like that when you guys surprise me. I like that you guys have taken the story and put your fingerprints on it. It makes me feel like I'm not railroading you, which is always great for me.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment was when we split the party and then the party crossed paths again on their own thing. Like where Bankard and Daron ran out and got the cart, and as Daron got on the horses or on the cart, he looked over and saw like Krethlin jumping out after the figure. That cool moment where we got to pass and even Daron's like, we'll meet back at the inn, which was a really nice because otherwise we'd catch him and be like, I don't know, where do we go? Like it was like it just felt really smooth, and like a really smooth way to make like the split like really clean, and then we got to like cross paths again and see what like all the characters got to see what was going on in the other, like just a glimpse. It just made it feel really it made it feel real, made it feel natural.
Yeah.
And I liked that. But yeah, I think that's enough about holding on. Right? Nothing else really intense happened. I got all the questions. I got to peek behind the curtain of the DM for a second there.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the release. It was a pretty good release, I think.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, at least.
Yeah, we definitely want to thank all of you guys for listening and presumably spreading the word as much. We have way more listens and way more subscribers than we really anticipated when we launched this whole thing.
Yeah, by the end of that first week, we had over 150 listens.
Yeah, and we have plenty of subscribers on iTunes, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet,
you can.
You should subscribe now. The more subscribers we get, the more likely we are to show up when people are searching for new podcasts on iTunes, which gets us more listens, which makes iTunes like us more, and that can only mean good things.
Right.
Even if you don't want to use iTunes, even if you don't really use iTunes, just hit the subscribe button and then ignore it for the rest of forever. That's fine. We just want them numbers. But you guys have been great. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. And we're really, really happy with how things have started off, and I'm really excited that now we're in the thick of it. Like this is the first of the regular releases this year. We're going to be doing it every Tuesday throughout all of 2016.
Yep. But circling back to feedback, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, want to tell us we're awesome or that we suck, though I like the positivity better.
Yeah, keep it friendly.
Feel more than welcome to reach out to us. Our social media is on our website. You can like our Facebook page. We're on Twitter at Essential NPCs. We're also on Instagram. There's some great character art that's gone up.
Yeah, shout out to Lilley Dermeyer, our artist in residence, who did this character art for us for the release. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
You can check out her work. I believe it's just Lilley Dermeyer, or no, LillianDermeyer.com, but you're not going to be able to spell that. Go to essentialnpcs.com, go to our gallery, and the link to her website is at the bottom of that page.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot easier.
Yeah, and send us fan mail or whatever.
Yeah, we want to hear back from you guys. We want to know what you guys like, what you don't like. If you have any questions, we can address it during Words with the DM.
I would actually love to hear what you guys think the party should fight.
Oh God.
I'd love to hear that. Maybe I'll use it.
Black dragon.
Okay, not a dragon this early in the campaign.
Let's just veer away from anything draconic. But okay, so we've chatted your ears off plenty. Let's continue on to episode 4. Krethlin eats pickles.
Enjoy.
Well met. My name is Oberon Delgado, a Termish gladiator hailing from a remote desert village called Evershade. As quick with a sword as I am with my cutting wit, on a typical day you can expect to find me in one of two places: the local fighting pits or the library. When I was a young boy, a stroke of luck led me to discover a buried chest that had once belonged to a master bard called Hoban Baybasin. Amongst his belongings were an old cracked ocarina and a leather-bound journal. Within its pages, I found obscure glyphs and diagrams from which I began to decipher the mysteries of the arcane. Over a decade later, I'm still attempting to unlock all the secrets this journal has to offer. While I've only been on the road for a few years now, I've crossed the path of more than a few interesting traveling companions. As is the bardic way, I've taken to listening to their stories and occasionally even joining in on some of their adventures. The most recent of these companions came in the form of a mountain dwarf named Krethlin, whom I met in a tavern brawl a few months back. In his company, I've found myself swept up in a journey that makes the fighting pits seem dull in comparison. Until now, I've simply documented the stories of others, but something tells me I'll be chronicling my own tales for posterity soon enough.
I'm called Krethlin Partintil, an officer of the clan Thrain, barbarian and mountain dwarf of the highest caliber. I was a military lad before the first hairs grew on my chin, and I served for 200 years until they retired me and put me in the fucking Lawmakers Guild. I used to lead every clan migration between strongholds, scouting ahead, clearing the path, destroying threats, but once they retired me, I had to travel with the civilians. Well, I didn't have that for long. I left my clan 3 decades ago now and wouldn't return for all the gold in the caverns. I'm a traveller now. The laws of the Thrain are still close to my heart. For years, my officer salary kept me afloat, but I've run flat broke now and have to work for my logger. Luckily, there's lots to be done with a maul and a hand axe. Oberon started following me around about 7 or 8 moons ago. The lad annoys the shite out of me, but he has his moments. Mostly he's there to tell my tale once I've finally been slain by some tough bastard. I suppose he's useful for something. If you want a glimpse into my travels, just take a look in my knapsack. I've got a centaur's tail cut with my own hands. I've got a beard comb made from the rib of a bear, the one whose skin I've got round my shoulders there. Just look at that face. I've got a bottle of wine from the finest elven pantry, and I've got plenty of room for more trophies of the like. Now go piss off before I make you eat your teeth.
I'm Bankard Brightwood, Paladin of the Cuthbertine Order. I was sent by my order to assist the Thieves Guild. For a bunch of brigands, they surprisingly do quite a bit of God's work. When I arrived, I met a group of fellow adventurers. We came across this funny little halfling by the name of Barley. Barley was rather annoying, but all in all, I could tell he was a good man. And when Barley was killed, just because he was annoying, I never felt so helpless in my life. Felt like I let down St. Cuthbert and the common man he's supposed to protect, that I was supposed to protect. That night I swore an oath to Barley, to everyone. If you're ever harmed by evil, I, Bankard Brightwood, Paladin of St. Cuthbert, shall use his blessings to make you whole again, and harness his wrath to cleave evil in two.
I'm Darren Draug. They call me the Cleaner. Whenever there's a dirty job, I'm the guy the Thieves Guild calls to clean it up. I think fast, I talk fast, I act fast. I was born a wood elf, but I'd say I'm more of a city elf now. I don't see my family much anymore. At 351 years old, I'm just over the proverbial hill, and I've been doing what I'm doing for a long time. I bounced around Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep for a century or two, mostly cleaning, with a brief detour into doomed romance. I've never been much of a family man, especially since the job tends to get in the way. Occasionally, the differing nature of mortality between elves and humans gets in the way as well. But in recent years, I've been watching the next generation of Thieves Guild members grow up and come into their own, the latest of which is my dear young friend Bryn the Handsome, who called me in for a particularly dirty job. And unless my experience is wrong, with this job and these companions, it's gonna take a lot of cleaning.
So last time we left our adventurers, they had successfully managed to bring a stone they were sent to retrieve from a temple to Bryn, their friend, who, upon receiving it, was viciously attacked by an assassin. They were able to both capture the assassin, who now is tied up in the basement of the inn where they are located right now, and get Bryn to a bevy of clerics at the Temple of St. Cuthbert and placed him in their very capable hands. Bankard and Darren arrive at the inn and are shown downstairs to where Oberon and Krethlin are hanging out, munching on some pickles.
Krethlin's eating a pickle.
Waiting, presumably, for them to return.
All right. I come down the stairs into the basement. I see this woman tied to a barrel. I gather that this is the assassin, or would-be assassin. That's the first thing I say is, we got Bryn to the temple. He's going to be okay.
Oh my God. Thank Cuthbert, I suppose?
Thank Cuthbert.
Thank Cuthbert indeed. They've really helped us out here. So I'm a criminal. That's my background. I'm wondering if from what I can see of this person, like the equipment she was using, like her clothes, like what organization she might be working for, or maybe among assassins, if I know anyone like this.
Sure. It's hard to discern anything about her clothing, as it is
We wrapped her up real good, man.
pretty much covered from head to toe. She's wearing very sensible boots.
She's also blindfolded and gagged.
Any weaponry on her person?
We would have stripped the weaponry
Yeah, you
when we
would have
tied her
taken
up.
that.
So what do we have here?
You have a 2 short swords,
That's what I use.
And a light crossbow. The short swords have some sort of what seems like a mechanism, a button on it, sort of thing that's connected to a vial that's on the hilt.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say I was going to touch it, but now I'm not going to.
I will take a look at that little mechanism. Can I take a look at that vial and see if I know what's in there?
So you recognize this as a very deadly poison called Midnight Tears, a very popular...
It's also a very deadly adult film.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay.
No, it's not, but it should be.
One man, two women.
Lots of tears.
I hate you guys. And you know from your study of poisons that it's a very popular assassination tool because it doesn't take effect until the following midnight, even though it's been in the body, because it has something to do with time.
And is that vial full?
They both are very full.
Mine now. I'm gonna commandeer those short swords.
Okay. They do the same damage as a regular short sword,
Sure.
but it's 76 poison, and the DC is 15.
Damn.
It's half damage on a failed save.
That's con save, right?
Yeah.
Got some rad weapons.
Oh yeah, that's pretty insane. So you guys Cottin first. Wow, I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank you.
This is obviously a professional assassin. She's got very, very deadly poison on her person right now, and it's not even the stuff she used to attack Bryn, because that was on set right away. How far out is she? Do you know when she'll be back with us?
I knocked her pretty hard on the back of the skull.
She's pretty out cold right now, but perhaps Bancard can bring her back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't waste a healing spell on her. See if we can splash some pickle brine on her.
I'll do it. Is there like a little like metal cup thing that I can use to scoop up some pickle brine and splash it in her face? Fuck it, I'm using my hand.
What?
I'm trying to wake her up.
Does it work?
This pickle brine should do the trick.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Probably really good pickle brine. Actually, it is. I've tasted it.
No.
I'm gonna have myself another pickle then.
We did our best.
I guess we'll just have to wait.
Well, she's bound and gagged and blindfolded, so the splash didn't hit any of the things that might wake you up.
Oh,
right?
sure.
A little hands-on, to heal whatever brain damage knocked her out.
What if I just dunk her head
I mean,
first into the barrel?
that's what I was thinking.
If you're
Bancard.
willing, that's fine.
You're going to have to pick up the entire barrel she's tied to.
Easy peasy. I have
Let's go with
advantage on strength rolls.
Let's
there's
go
a
with
paladin.
Bancard's man.
Let's be
paladin
lame. Everybody do the
and a
lamest thing.
concussion, and let's just, let's see how those two mesh,
That's fine. We'll give that a shot.
So I'm gonna lay hands on her just enough. Wait, do I still have any left from keeping Bryn alive?
Yep.
Oh, well, she should
let's
have
go
left.
back to my plan.
There's no cure wounds or anything?
I guess I can waste the spell slot. I'll cure her wounds.
I don't feel good about it either.
8.
Oh, wow. All right. Sweet.
She rips out of the binding.
Runs away.
She-Hulk. So as you do, she wakes up, or you assume so, since she's moving her head around and trying to like speak through indignantly through the gag. So it's like
I look to Darren,
I suppose we ungag her. We gotta hear her talk.
and I keep the blindfold on, but I remove her gag.
Good morning, madam. You're among friends. Mind identifying yourself?
what kind of friends would leave me like this?
fellow assassins, brothers in arms. You're a real pro, I respect your work.
I appreciate that.
Just wondering, between you and me, who you are. Never seen you before.
And if you were in my position, you'd tell me?
Absolutely not. But I gotta admit, you don't have a ton of leverage right now.
I don't necessarily feel like I need leverage.
Oh, all right. So you're just willing to die for the cause, I assume?
If necessary.
I see.
Bankard
So-
points at his axe and nods and grins.
She's blindfolded.
No, that's why he's.
No, he's
communicating
looking. He's looking at Darun, like points at
Axe?
the axe, points at her.
Not yet. Let's see. So, what if it weren't necessary to die for the cause? What if, I don't know, there was a spared life in the business? Maybe we could negotiate you telling us who you're working for?
It's possible.
Bankard looks at Oberon and shakes his head.
Oberon, no wait. Darren
You're not
winks. Darren winks at. He's like the whole time. He's like waving his hand in front of his neck, like I don't actually intend to spare your life. I'm gonna go to Oberon and be like, "You're a little more persuasive than me, huh? Right?
Yeah, I can.
Maybe you could do some talking."
And I kind of kneel down next to her and say, "Hello, I'm one of the gentlemen who apprehended you. Not the one who was chucking axes in your back, though. For the record,
the magician.
yes, that would be me.
Right. Well done, you.
Well, we have you, so it doesn't really matter whether or not.
We is a little strong, isn't it, my boy?
Perhaps, but currently, out of everyone in this room, I'm probably your best friend. I'm the one who can do the least amount of bad to you, and presumably, I can help you out.
Also, I'm sure you'll be pleased to inform your employers that your assassination attempt failed. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that.
Failed. That's intriguing.
Yeah, unfortunately, you flubbed the job. But
Didn't count on Cuthbert.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume.
Cuthbert?
That's right. Have you heard the word?
Pay them no mind. I'm assuming an assassin of your caliber is not known to fail, and I would assume that whoever employed you for such a high-risk job is not going to be pleased in any way with the fact that your mark will be walking again very soon. So, perhaps, in the interest of protecting you, you can tell us who hired you, and we'll go ahead and set our sights on them instead of you here in this room with us right now. And
Sure.
I guide Bankard's axe to her face so she can feel the cold steel.
Oh, so familiar. It's lovely. Thank you. Very comforting.
I'm here to help.
I appreciate that. Roll deception. Persuasion. Intimidation.
All your social
What is it?
skills. Do all of them. Just do them all.
Well, you started out with
I
persuasion.
started out with persuasion. It's still ultimately
But then you
persuasion.
put a knife blade up to her.
Just her
face.
cheek. I just wanted to let her know that she was in danger if she...
Right, which is intimidating.
All right,
This
fine.
is kind of threatening.
If you need an intimidation roll, I'm probably the guy for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I'm doing it. Unless, no advantage or anything.
Actually,
She-
wait, I'm going to
assisting him.
assist with his intimidation since it's my axe. 16.
Does he assist me with the intimidation?
Sure.
Okay, so what does that mean? I get advantage?
No, it's +2.
+2. That makes it a 16 for me to intimidate.
You notice no discernible change.
Do I need to take over from here?
I wave
I don't
off,
think she's afraid.
I wave off Bankard's axe.
I feel like we haven't offered her something she wants yet.
Besides, obviously, your life and your freedom. And, as I've offered before, protection from you're definitely upset employers.
You're very adorable. There's no protecting me from them.
Well, I'm pretty sure when you woke up today and accepted this job, you thought there was no way that Bryn the Handsome would be walking again.
I'm sure he'll be walking quite soon.
Wow. This creepy condescension is really starting to wear on me.
Oh,
How heavy
I'm
is that
sorry,
barrel?
my dear.
How heavy is the barrel? Is
Well,
it
it's a
full of
pickle
stuff?
barrel,
Or is it...
so, I mean...
Well, I'm pretty sure
it's-
the barrel is full, right?
The barrel is full, so it's
Pickles.
with water and pickles, plus her, plus about 50 tons of rope.
Dang it.
Here's the thing. I'm reiterating the fact that this is your last chance to be cooperative without your situation, which is already pretty terrible, getting way worse. My friends here are allowing me the opportunity to try to talk some sense into you before they choose other methods, and I'd hate to see it go that way.
She pauses for a minute, sort of like shakes her hair out of her face. And I think you forget that I saw the dwarf you were with and can still smell him. There's no way I'm getting out of here.
Did you just call me a dwarf, lassie?
Well, she didn't get a good look. She doesn't realize that you're, in fact, a mountain
I'm
dwarf.
far taller than most dwarves. I think that would be fairly obvious. Do you not care for the use of your knees? Because
She's
I can
obviously
smash them
very-
into a bloody pulp.
She's obviously a fool. She doesn't want to play to her outs. She'd rather just give up now. And she obviously doesn't think we're competent enough to protect her.
Well, her reputation's already gone to shite because she was fucking stopped by a barbarian, so I would assume she's not going to be working as an assassin for much longer, so she won't need the use of her knees in the first place.
But there is a simple life, in a
wheelchair, aye.
In your future, if you wish to
A
cooperate.
chair with
May
wheels.
I ask you a question? Are you perpetually contracted with your employers, or are you more of a freelance assassin? I know you don't necessarily want us to know your name and your origins. I can understand that. Discretion is your line of work. However, once your contract is fulfilled, or in this case, flubbed up, perchance you are available for hire? Because you definitely have some skill and some fine equipment. We could use someone like you.
She stretches against the ropes a little bit to see just how, what her surroundings are. Well, while your job offers very enticing, I think that you've already got one of my favorites working with you.
Just because we have one excellent assassin on retainer doesn't mean we can't have two excellent assassins on retainer. And honestly,
Oh, I don't think he works well with others.
we are a large organization. Aren't we, David?
That's true. The Thieves Guild is arms wide open. I don't recognize this person, do I?
Roll intelligence.
Be I smart? I not be smart. That is a natural 1.
So you really don't know who this is.
It's hard to tell with half of her face obscured with a blindfold. There are a lot of elves that have white silver hair.
All right. I'm curious enough that I'm gonna take her blindfold off. I think she looks familiar. I take her blindfold off.
And I'm continuing to look as genuine as possible with my offer to hire her onto the Thieves Guild.
And I am standing in a corner just twirling my axe.
Gentlemen, if you'll please excuse me. I have a spell I wish to prepare that might aid us in this.
Please, by all means.
Oh, it takes 8 hours.
Ow, fuck.
We can keep her here for 8 hours.
I mean, you can keep her here. You can attempt to keep her here for 8 hours if you want.
I mean, you might as well go get
But
started.
do I recognize her now?
Roll intelligence with advantage.
I've got a 12.
She looks familiar. You can't place her.
God. Do I know you?
Well, no is a very strong word.
Especially in the biblical sense.
What?
It's fine.
Man, I cannot place your face, but I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. Where are you from? Oh, man.
What do you think about my offer?
Your offer. Do you have enough money to hire me?
The Thieves Guild is known for being able to procure large amounts of money.
They're pretty thievy.
Wait a minute. You're asking for money, your regular rate? We're providing a service to you.
But I heard that, my dear sir, mage, is a lie. I heard that the Thieves Guild, in fact, has nearly no money.
So you've done plenty of research on the Thieves Guild.
Well, wouldn't you have? She looks pointedly at Darren.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
No, but I know they've been keeping you in a house.
Do you have any idea why the Thieves Guild might be trying to cozy up to me?
I can't imagine.
Well, I'll admit I may not be as skilled at magic as some others, or at fighting, or really anything else. One thing.
Wait,
One thing.
really selling yourself on that one,
Mean
laddie.
breakfast.
One thing I do have that intrigues the Thieves Guild is money, and lots of it.
All right, roll deception.
All right. I rolled an 11.
My dear, you forget that I can see your boots.
Well, I'm in between pairs at the moment.
I see. Just one pair?
Man, you definitely sound like I know you. You're just a haughty, bitchy elf, just like everyone from my home village. Are you... no, can't place you.
Vanguard's getting tired of this, so he's going to push the barrel onto the side, the round side, and
Okay.
he's going to kind of roll her around.
Oh, don't do that.
No, do that.
What are you doing?
So are you rolling it over her, or are you just like rolling her from side to side so she's like
Oh, rolling
seasick?
her from side to side right now.
Okay.
Look at her legs square.
You have to understand, these gentlemen are less patient than Darren and I, and it's only going to be a matter of time before they do all sorts of inane and painful things to you.
Like bending your legs
I'm
backwards.
I'm planning to leave you to them for a little while. I'm gonna go into trance and I'm gonna meditate real hard and I'm gonna see if I can remember this lady. Come on.
We'll leave you with these guys for a little while. And,
I just stare at the wall.
No, I'll guide you out because it'll be, you two have fun for a little bit. We'll be back in a few hours.
You see, lass, the difference between them and me is that I don't give a flying fuck who you are, and I don't care what you're doing. I'm just here to have fun. So, straighten out your legs. Come on, be a good lass.
No, hold on. Wait just a second.
What? What now, you fucking paladin shite?
Look, I'm a holy man, and this isn't what I like to do, unlike my mountain dwarf friend here. Please, just I'll bring my friends back, and this is while I'm rocking her back and forth, and maybe I can forgive you for your sins. How's that?
I'm not sure I want to be forgiven for
Trust me, young lady.
Come on, lad. Put her back up. Let me smash a leg.
I roll her over to you,
Thank you. And
and I leave the room.
turn the barrel upside down.
Okay.
So that like she's like hanging upside down, and I fold one leg over the top of it, and I prep my little hammer. Mm-hmm. All right. You ready down there?
Swing away.
All right. And a 1. And a 2. And I just do it.
Roll your attack roll.
That is
This
a
got
24.
really dark really quickly.
Yeah, it did. I shouldn't have left.
Okay. Roll your damage.
14.
Okay. So you crush her leg. Her knee is all kinds of weirdly bent.
Oh, that's not coming back.
She passes out.
So
She is now unconscious.
outside we hear loud scream and then
Yeah.
Oh, look at it. Oh, that's disgusting.
I open up the door and go, she's still alive, right?
Hey, she's still alive.
I'm trancing it, going through every
Bankard.
moment of my life, trying to find this person.
Vanguard, can you come in here and
Yep.
but is it possible for you to fix her leg without completely waking her up? We might as well leave her unconscious for a little while until
Well, heal her for
Darren gets
5, so maybe her leg.
So that would wake her back up. If you wanted to just
I could put her back to sleep.
what?
I could put her to sleep.
She's
You could
out.
splint it.
No, she's an elf. Fucking elves.
Yeah, if you do a medicine check, a successful medicine check, it will stabilize her.
Oh,
Right now,
okay.
she is in fact dying.
Wisdom +1. Let's see what happens. 12?
Yep. Okay. So she is now stable at 0 hit points.
God damn it, Krethlin.
Stable but unconscious, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. We'll wait a little bit for Darren to get back.
So her knee is completely healed?
No, he just splinted it
Oh, good.
and
I wanted to
turned
poke at it a
her.
little
You know, I guess so. She was like in a laying down position.
It's the magic of the wheel.
I snag another pickle.
I'm just trying to remember that face.
Okay.
How's it going?
How long do you wait? Like before you guys go back in and
8 hours on a truth.
I wouldn't leave her alone.
Oh, I was just gonna sit there next to her and eat my pickle and
I'll stay with Krethlin
hang out.
and watch her.
okay.
Does Zone of Truth force them to talk, or
It
like?
just forces them to not lie, which she's
Right.
not
Yeah.
been lying very much.
Nah, she's just omitting things.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to I'm gonna see if I recognize her, but ultimately I think this is just gonna end in her execution.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I have to deliver justice.
Yeah.
Right, she's gonna die no matter what. But
Well, I mean, if we're not going to get anything out of her, I'm just going to deliver justice.
Yeah, for sure.
okay, so a few hours pass. You trance it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trancing, my mental exercises are focusing on memory and recall.
All right. Give me a second.
Couple of rounds of 3 Dragon Ante later.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
If you guys want to play, you can.
D12, D6, and D8.
Yep.
I'm sitting at the same table, just tranced out.
Total is 17.
15 for me.
One more. That is 13.
16.
Fuck it.
Tiebreaker?
All right, let's do it.
Wait, did she just move?
Huh?
No, we're good. Okay.
11.
17.
Oi,
Yeah.
you're improving. I've taught you
I
a
know,
little bit.
I'm getting there.
One or two things.
Me and Darren.
So,
What? Oh,
Oh, hey, Darren.
I just had the craziest dream.
Oh, tell me about it. I love dream stories.
I just forgot it.
Good.
so you're trans focused in on Ruth,
What? My daughter?
and flashes of you seeing her, but trying to stay hidden, right? Because you're avoiding her.
Wait, I would recognize my daughter, though,
No,
right?
she's not your daughter.
Okay.
Maybe
No,
she's
but-
one looking for it.
But
that's
you
daughter.
you realize that you've seen this woman with Ruth.
Oh, no. This is probably bad. Jeez. All right.
Should we
Let's
wake her up?
Let's make sure we get that zone of truth.
Okay.
I don't want her to be able to
So
tell
that's
any lies.
4 more hours.
Yep.
If she wakes up, we'll just...
Knock her out again. Oh, I'll go the other knee. Close enough.
So she, about 4 hours in, just after you've come out of the trance, wakes up.
Okay.
How's the knee feeling, lass?
Fantastic.
What if I poke it right here? Oh, no, not
Lovely.
pleasant. Huh? How about this one right here? It really is pretty squishy.
Well, we have some more time before Bankard is prepared for her. Just curious, are you willing to talk or cooperate or anything logical?
Sure, we can chat.
Excellent.
See, I told you sometimes
Is
the hammer works.
Darren in the room with us at this
Yeah,
point?
I am.
Yeah, okay, cool. Actually, I look at Darren and raise an eyebrow.
Whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Have you thought again about my proposal?
Your proposal.
Mm-hmm.
The
one that involves protection and money coming your way, everything pretty much turning out okay
right.
for you.
The too good to be true offer catch flies with honey.
Well,
thing.
you caught me in a lie. I don't have a great deal of money.
No.
But honestly, like Darren said, you're basically out of work at the moment. And the best we can offer is that you get a little bit of work and get to keep your life.
Right. What do you think, Barbarian?
About you?
Do I get to keep my life?
I would say you could probably keep your life, but definitely not that other leg.
The leg might be negotiable.
It's a hard bargain, though.
Roll deception.
All right.
Okay, am I
But I'm
assisting?
not deceiving her. I am gonna smash her other leg.
But you would be willing to let her live?
Probably I would. Yeah, legless, totally.
Interesting. All right.
I was lying to her.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can roll intimidation. You have to roll deception.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, you can't make any promises for Bankard.
That's an 8.
Mine is a 17.
What kind of life is it for an assassin who doesn't have a leg?
I'm really loving the sob story. Look, she's not going to tell us who she is, but I think I know someone who can.
All right. And I blindfold her and gag her.
Bankard?
Is Bankard ready yet? Not yet, right? We just have to wait a few hours for Bankard?
How long has it been?
It was 4 hours
It's
for
been
his
8 hours.
trance. And
Maybe like another hour talking to her?
All right, so it's
Yeah.
been like 5 hours.
Cool.
We need to visit the city guard.
Okay.
So, I was sifting through some memories, and I think I've seen her. So I've been keeping tabs on a certain family member.
Are we
of
stepping
mine.
outside for this
Yeah,
conversation?
yeah,
Right?
yes. They're not around her. I've been keeping tabs on a certain family member of mine, and I think she might know who this is, but I don't know. We haven't seen each other in a couple years, and she works for the city guard, so I might need to talk to her and ask for her help.
Okay. Krethlin, are you...
I didn't hear that. I'm just staying in the room.
Right. So, Darren, I am a bit worried about Krethlin being left alone with her.
If you want to stay and make sure he doesn't do anything too drastic, it would be good if she was alive when I came back.
I agree. Okay. So I walk in and I go, Krethlin, two
Hey.
options. You can go talk to the city guard with Darren and have his back, or you and I can sit here and play some more Three Dragon Ante if you want.
Oh, why don't you go along and give him some backup? We'll be fine here.
Well, no, I'd rather stay.
Oh,
with the
no,
prisoners.
no. I'd rather talk to her on my own just a little
He
bit.
doesn't
Thank
need me. He
you.
needs muscle.
muscle for what?
The city guard. He's part
For
of.
a buddy cop comedy.
Won't it look worse if he's bringing somebody who looks as intimidating as me, rather than somebody who'd be nice and able to convince somebody to help him like you?
Darren's got that covered. It just
You think?
if things go
I
south,
think.
You can always get the paladin
who's busy preparing a spell?
who not maybe Zone of Truth won't work on this lady.
Yeah, it sounds like we need to have someone else ID her, which is my plan
So
at the
I'll go
moment.
with you to the city guard.
Hurrah! Someone who looks, presentable and honorable.
All right. Krethlin and I will stay with the prisoner.
All right. So that's where I'm headed. I'm heading to the city guard.
Okay. You know exactly where to go.
Yep.
You're nervous.
I'm extremely nervous. So, is there like somebody working there, like at a desk, or like I don't know? Is there a receptionist here?
Receptionist.
I've never gone inside the building.
It's more of an open courtyard with sort of not offices, but like huts kind of thing, like small outbuildings around the exterior, and then there's a large wall and a gate, and then obviously it connects to the jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find someone walking around, and I'm like, "Excuse me, I'm looking for I'm looking for Ruth."
Ruth?
Yeah. I think she has been working with the guard for a while now. She around?
Oh, do you mean Captain Draug?
Captain. Wow. So proud. Yes, Captain Draug.
Yeah, sure. Let me, I think she's running training exercises at the moment, so, let me go see if she's available. Yeah, who can I, who are you? Sorry?
Tell her Darren is here.
Darren?
Yes.
Darren.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be right back. And she goes and comes back, and she's like, this way?
Thank you.
She leads you across the courtyard to a hut right next to the prison gate. And in there.
I touch Banker's shoulder and I'm like, this may get ugly. Thanks for coming with me. I walk inside.
I got your back, friend.
So inside there's a large desk, and sitting behind it is Ruth.
Hello, Ruth.
Dad?
It's been a while.
Something like that?
I see you made captain.
Yes, all by myself.
The Draugs have always been a very self-sufficient family.
I wouldn't know.
I'm getting it from all sides today. Look, Ruth, I need your help. There's been a crime, and I think you're the only person who can solve it.
You're coming to me with a crime.
It wasn't one of mine.
Always good to hear.
But it was an assassination attempt.
She crosses her arms in frustration. Okay. And what would you need from me, Dad?
I need an ID on the perpetrator. I think she might know you.
Really?
Yeah, I saw her. She's an elf, white hair. I couldn't place her, but I could swear that I seen her with you one time.
And her mouth sort of like is open. An elf with white hair.
Yeah, with a lot of contraband on her, too.
Do you have her name, Dad?
She's not gonna give me her name. That's why I need you. Look, Ruth, I'm sorry I haven't been around.
So, wait, give you her name. You have her. You caught her. And you didn't bring her here?
Well, no, I did not.
So you're holding her against her will.
That would be an accurate description of what I am
Ma'am?
currently doing.
Ma'am, if I may, I show her my
Oh,
holy
please,
symbol.
may you.
It's official paladin business. He's working with me.
Ah,
I'm working with a holy man, see?
the church. You're working with the church, Dad.
Always count on Cuthbert. Is that what you say? Is that something you guys say?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, St. Cuthbert. It's something you guys say.
Okay, Dad, let's follow your Saint Cuthbert paladin friend from the church. Let's go. Let's go see this elf with white hair who knows me.
Thanks.
And pray to your Saint Cuthbert that we can solve this.
Oh, I'm praying. Doing a lot of praying right now.
All right.
We've just been playing Three Dragon Ante where
Okay.
she's gagged and blindfolded, though I did do prestidigitation to clean up most of the gore that I can from him destroying her leg.
Right. Okay. All right. So you guys come back with Ruth in tow.
And like as we're coming downstairs, like a wave of shame washes over me as I remember that like the state that we've left her in, and like Ruth is gonna see this, and I'm like, this wasn't me. My rope work is much better than this.
So what? She opens the door and sees a dirty barbarian sitting down with a almost equally dirty Bardic gladiator.
Yeah, basically, you open the door after you say that, and I assume motion her in.
Yeah, Ruth, these are my associates, Oberyn and Krethlin. Oberyn, Krethlin, this is Captain Ruth Draug, my daughter.
Oh, whoa. You guys seem like the bachelor type to me.
I am.
I extend my hand to Ruth and go, it's a pleasure to meet you. Your father is a great man.
Hey, he's
I plaster a smile on my face.
That remains to be seen. And she looks over and she sees the elf tied to the barrel. She's like, what have you done?
Some injuries were sustained in apprehending her.
Dad, she's my boss. Why do you, and she like takes out a knife and starts cutting through the ropes.
Honey, please, honey.
You can't.
I grab her.
She attempted murder.
Show her the swords. Show her the swords.
I take out my the short swords on my person. And I'm like, she had these. Do you see this?
And you just happen to be wearing them, Dad?
Yes. Well, I
So
know
they're
this.
yours.
I know this looks bad, but yes, they're mine
it
now.
looks very
they
bad.
were wrecked with
Wait,
stuff.
Ruth, is it Ruth? This woman who you claim is your boss. I don't deny that, but I sincerely hope that you will believe me for a second that she attacked a friend of ours. Whether you think this friend is of disreputable type, that doesn't matter. That doesn't change the fact that she attempted to murder this man in cold blood, attacked him with a very potent poison. You can go to the St. Cuthbert Church and find this man. He's currently under intensive care. It's a miracle that we were able to keep him alive. And even more impressive that we were able to capture this woman. Now, she had these swords on her person. I'm sure that these swords are not standard issue for the city guard. Whether she's your boss or not, you have to believe that your father wouldn't come to you with such an asinine thing as capturing your boss and try to convince you anything otherwise if he had no other choice but to come to you with the truth, despite how unpleasant this situation is for you.
What kind of city guard sends assassins like this, Captain?
Roll persuasion.
Thank you.
I was just going to let you
Jesus,
auto
Oberyn,
success.
you're a better
but-
dad than I am.
I get advantage then if it's auto success. Oh god. You said persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
So that's a 23.
Okay. She stops cutting the ropes. She's gotten like 2 layers in.
Good thing we
Oh,
tied her
it's
up
only
so
20%
tight.
through. Thank God.
How could you do this? This is what am I supposed to do now?
Take her in. We have witnesses. We can try her.
You don't
Captain.
even know how justice works, do you?
I've fortunately stayed out of the justice system this long.
Captain, you have two choices. You either take her in, put her through your justice system, or I can administer my justice system given to me by St. Cuthbert. I'd much rather leave her in your hopefully capable hands. But if not, then I'm afraid you'll force my hands.
I know what the church considers justice.
Not what the church considers justice. It's what St. Cuthbert himself considers justice.
All the more reason why it's important that we brought you in.
All right. If I'm not supposed to release my boss,
She stands accused of an intricate poison.
Yeah, even your
Attempt.
boss isn't above the law. Attempted murder is still illegal if you're a member of the city guard.
You have to understand.
Am I wrong about that?
Captain,
you have to understand our trepidation when it comes to untying her. She has proven herself to be a very capable assassin in our eyes.
well, then I'm sure it will help that you've basically amputated her below the knee.
I just wanted you to use caution.
I don't
Captain.
think she's going to hurt me. She took me under her wing when I didn't have anyone else. And she looks pointedly at her dad.
I am duly pointed.
Sorry, what did you say, Bankard?
I was just going to clarify something with the captain, and I'm going to look at Daerun, and my apologies. But Captain, let's be clear on one thing. If we give you custody of her and she escapes and kills again, I'm going to hold you just as liable as I hold her, just so we're clear.
I'm not afraid of your justice, Paladin.
You should be.
Whoa, hey, come on.
I simply just wanted to put
Oh.
my hand on her shoulder and go, sometimes evil slides up close, smiling, and attacks you when you least expect it. You can release her.
So she goes to cut the cords away.
It has during all this, I mean, she's been conscious, right? The prisoner, has she been reacting at all to?
She's conscious, but she hasn't really been reacting. She's been listening. I mean, it's not like she can really do anything.
Right. I just wanted to know if.
So she takes off her gag and her blindfold and unties her and Ruth hoists her over her shoulder. Well,
May we accompany you to the City Watch?
I just want to make sure she gets due process. Is that a thing you have?
by all means, we'll need to take your statements anyway.
All right, and maybe we can get Bryn as well.
That's the
The
man who she
victim.
attempted to murder.
A much beloved man by all accounts.
It's true.
Also, as we're going, I'm gonna try to whisper in the assassin's ear so that Ruth can't hear, since the assassin's an elf,
Right.
and Ruth's a half elf, but still. And and I'm gonna be like, "You're not better than me, and soon you'll outlive all the humans you love too, and you'll know what it feels like."
Nice.
Boom.
All right. Okay. You guys get toward the City Watch headquarters, and it's taking quite a while because you guys haven't been helping her walk.
I would, at least. I would get on the other shoulder if need be.
Okay. It's still going to take...
It's still going to take a
yeah.
while. Yeah. I just want to know that I'm not callous enough to make Ruth haul this one-legged.
And as soon as it's in sight, her boss is like, Ruth, why don't I need a cleric. I think that I should go to a clinic. I don't.
Bring a cleric to her cell.
And Ruth is like, you've been accused. I can't not. And she's like, Ruth, I need a doctor.
You'll get a doctor, but
Bank-
you're not escaping justice.
Bankard, do you have some of Cuthbert's energy left in you to...
Bruh.
But could you probably possibly help her with some of her wounds?
Yes, I could.
But would you please do that for me?
Oh yeah, why didn't you just say so? I'd tie her up first.
Well, we got her in tow with. I mean, I have a hold of her. Krethlin's nearby, presumably.
10.
Munching on pickles?
Oh,
He
probably.
brought some.
Shoved a couple in my pocket.
Just like dripping pickle juice.
Yeah, 10 hit points.
Okay. Roll strength check.
All right. 13.
So she's able to push you away, only just like it takes her a second to wrench your hand off of her wrist as it like slid down, and she spins around and pulls her service knife out of Ruth's like, I don't know, what are they called?
Holster.
A scabbard? Sheath?
Yeah,
scabbard,
she
yeah.
and
Got a holster. Quick draw.
and goes around her and holds it up to Ruth's throat.
Hold person.
Oh, not this.
Can I?
You see how much she loves you, Ruth?
Could I, as she's doing that, is it possible for me to cast hold person to try and?
Well, she's good at
Paralyzer?
saving against that stuff.
I know, but
Sure.
Might as well try.
Yeah, right?
if ever there was a time for her. To be
What's the save?
15?
It's 15
So tie goes to me or to her?
to her.
Yeah, Titus is the saver.
Lame. Okay,
She laughs at you.
it's not on my game.
Do
Come on,
not-
Captain.
Do not,
Let's just back up a little.
do not hurt her.
Can I cast Compelled Duel?
Sure.
What is that?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I draw my axe and take out my shield and say, your own subordinate. You're gonna hold a knife to her throat. If you're gonna face justice, why don't you come face it like a real warrior?
Is
Cast
there a
that. Just make a
save
wisdom
on that?
save.
Wisdom
Yeah.
save.
Oh well.
Well, it's worth a shot.
What's the save?
I'm trying to
Is
find
it lower than 23?
What?
Yeah. She's pretty wise.
Very wise.
She's trying to scoot her backwards. Why don't we roll initiative?
Can you before we do it, or I guess while we do that, can you set up the room?
Sure. So you guys are in the street.
Right. Are there city watch that can see what's going down?
No, you're too far away.
There's Ruth.
There is Ruth.
She's good.
Yeah.
She made captain all on her own.
So proud.
I'm so proud.
Are you so proud?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud.
All right, so 29 to 20.
27.
Oh, well then.
21 with a natural 20.
Wow, you guys really care.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much everything is on the line right now.
Damon's having a super bad day. All right, 19 to 15.
16 for Oberon.
14 to 10. 9 to 5.
8.
What's your dex?
14.
Okay. So, as seen as set, they were, unless you guys had it envisaged another way, they were in the front. Oberon and Ruth and Avon, and Avon was able to push.
Oh, is that the name of the...
Oh, yeah, did I not say that yet?
No.
Oh, sorry. The person.
Well, maybe Ruth said her name.
All right. And was able to push Oberon away. So basically, she's now sort of at the back behind Ruth. And then Oberon is just, like 5.
Yeah,
10
and I was
away.
directly behind her to, whisper torments in her ear
Right.
and stuff.
So you're basically right.
Yeah.
You probably caught him pretty much as he was pushed. So you're right up there as well. And then I'm not sure how close you and Krethlin and Bankard.
Well,
were.
Bankard must be there because he just cure wounded her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So he's right there next to her too.
Okay, so it's probably like you three and then wherever
I'm like
Krethlin is.
Right behind them.
closest to the front door. I was just munching on a pickle watching them do this.
All right. So you're maybe like 15 feet away.
Sure.
Okay. So there's probably about 5 feet between you guys and Ruth, and then, she's on the other side of Ruth, and then you are 5 to 10 feet behind them, Krethlin.
Cool.
All right. Darren, you're up first.
All right, I am quick drawing that short sword I stole from her, and I am going to try to stab her through Ruth's arm. I'm gonna try and find a way through that doesn't touch Ruth, that I can
Okay.
reach her from.
So
I'm just gonna lunge forward.
roll your attack roll.
I have advantage against any creature that hasn't acted yet. So
Yeah.
that would be her.
You also have assassinate, I think.
Yeah, 22.
That hits.
All right, rock and roll. So 15 damage, and I don't even care. I'm pressing the button.
Okay.
Nobody holds a knife to my daughter's throat and lives.
Okay. So I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Am I becoming evil?
No.
16.
Okay. You manage to keep your composure enough not to hit Ruth.
Nice.
So, you stab her, right in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Between the ribs.
Between the ribs, and she gasps. And as she's falling down, she leans back and pulls the knife back across Ruth's throat as she falls.
No!
Bankard!
And she falls back.
Cure wounds.
Please!
So 14.
Not you, Ruth. Not you. I've lost too much.
So Avin falls back. The knife clatters to the ground. Not able to catch her breath. And Ruth falls as well. You catch her, Darren.
Yeah, oh, yes.
And yell for Bankard. Bankard comes over and touches her throat. And the light of St. Cuthbert streaks through his hands and heals her.
Praise St. God. Praise be unto him.
Sound like a convert.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
And Ruth clutches her throat and she's like,
I'm so sorry, Ruth. I shouldn't have gotten you involved.
Dad.
Don't worry, I'll handle this. And I'm going to walk over to guard captain lady, and I'm going to prepare a searing smite. I've shown you mercy twice already. I'm not making that same mistake again. I'm going to finish her off.
Okay,
Rock and roll.
I'm not stopping him.
go for it. Are you holding your turn? I guess we still haven't technically fallen out of initiative.
The only thing I was going to do is run over and kick away the knife nearby her.
All right, you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took a bite of my pickle and now my turn's over.
Ooh. Oh, this is perfect.
Is it a crit?
20.
Okay.
Does it double the searing smite too?
It's double all the dice. So roll all the dice twice, and you only add your proficiency once.
Saint Cuthbert.
So 27.
You raise your axe up, you bring it down, and without blinking, bring it down right on her neck, and it just rolls away. Her head.
I wasn't watching.
Good shot.
I cover my eyes from the divine light coming from his axe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. White flames come up on your axe, and as you bring it down, it streaks down in this really cool arc, like a sparkler, a very deadly sparkler. and you sever her head cleanly from her body. Ruth, while hurt, seems to be alive and...
She still has blood going to her brain, so that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
I'm sorry, Ruth. so sorry.
And she looks at you for a minute, and they're like tears just like a little bit under her eyes, like she's, for all like the like antagonistic how antagonist she's been, she's happy to see you even under the circumstances.
I go running into the city watch.
Okay.
To fetch help.
She gives you a hug.
Oh, thank you, Ruth. I missed you.
I missed you too, Dad.
Aww.
So City Watch.
I kick open the door and I said, "Your Captain Draug has just been attacked in the street. We need men out here." To whoever's in. I mean, obviously, if the room's empty.
Women too.
And women too. Yeah, we need bodies. We need bodies out here.
All right. So a bunch of people look at you strangely for a second, and then because they've never seen you before, and then follow you to the scene.
Yeah.
Where they see.
Yeah.
The dead. Yeah, I figured Ruth would want her people with her.
Okay. Yeah. So they come out, and a flurry of activity begins. There's a lot of confusion about why Captain Tavish is dead, and who killed her, and why was she killed, and it takes you a while to convince them not to arrest Bankard.
I would talk them down.
And Krethlin watches from the side while eating his pickle.
They don't even know you're involved.
Yeah, right. That's the plan.
But who broke her leg? Well, I don't know. We found her like that.
Ruth doesn't sell you guys out, and stands up and says goodbye, and says maybe don't disappear so much. Maybe come by at some point.
I gotta tell you, I'm on kind of a dangerous top secret mission right now with the old family business, but next time I'm in town, I'll stop by.
Another quick awkward hug, and
It's super cute.
and then she goes away. They carry Captain Tavishill's body away as well,
And her head.
and her head, and
I thank Bankard profusely for everything he's done for me today.
Don't thank me. my
Justice
friend.
fruit pies.
Whom should I thank, Bankard?
Saint Cuthbert.
Thanks, Saint
ask you-
Cuthbert.
I would ask if you've heard the good word, but I've seen it enough today. Let me know when you're ready to fully convert.
I'll give that one some thought, Bankard. I really will.
so what do you guys want to do now?
Oh, I forgot to mention. Bryn told me before we took him to the temple, we have to find Enna and get the stones.
Oh, crap! The stones!
Oh yeah.
Does anyone know where Enna is?
I thought you would be the one who might know.
I thought you guys were the ones who saw her last.
She said she was.
Oh man.
The last report Bryn gave you is that she was in Neverwinter, cleaning up the rest of her deceased fiance's affairs.
Right.
Cleaning? I love cleaning.
They call you the
gentlemen.
cleaner.
It's like we're headed to Neverwinter.
Check in on Bryn beforehand, see if they have any update on his condition.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. You guys head over to the temple, and they apparently are still working on him, continuing to heal him. The head cleric healer comes out to Bankard and you guys, and says that the poison keeps reopening the wounds. He's stable, and we do believe that he'll make a recovery. We just don't know how long it's going to take. He's still not conscious, but he will pull through.
Cuthbert, bless you for your efforts.
When he comes to, can you tell him that we are following his instructions?
Yes, of course, my son.
Yeah, tell him his will is being executed. His living will.
Yes, of course. And St. Cuthbert be with all of you. And he goes back.
And also with you.
Great, guys.
So he's going to go pray real quick, just to assist a little more in the efforts, and then...
I'm going to follow him. I'm not going to pray, but I'm going to watch him pray.
Okay. So do you guys do anything else? Do you go back to the inn or the townhouse?
Well, it seems like we're about to head out towards...
Or head out on the road directly?
Not yet. I think we've deserved a rest after that. I think we all need to clear our heads.
Maybe I can finally get that glass of wine.
I think that would be nice. Let's stop back. Well, I'm sure there's like spirits and wine at Raven's Nest. Raven's Nest?
Rest.
Raven's Rest. Alliteration. Got it. But yeah, I think we retire back there and solemnly drink and process what's happened. Except for Krethlin, he don't give no fucks.
I went out to a pub.
All right.
Oh, I'm with Krethlin.
All right. Well, I'm hanging out with Drag.
Okay.
We're drinking some wine
I'm
together.
having some wine.
Okay.
I'm doing whatever I can to cheer him up.
Like, let me tell you, kid, don't ever get old. At least not as old as me. It's not worth it.
And with that, I think we will close for today.
Yay!
All right.
Guys.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Not yay, but, you know.
Yeah.
But yay, see you next week.
This podcast has been brought to you by ENPC Productions. All rights reserved. The Essential NPCs podcast is not affiliated with, endorsed, sponsored, or specifically approved by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons are trademarks of Wizards of the Coast, LLC, a subsidiary of Hasbro. Go to dnd.wizards.com to find out more.